Melanin serves as the fundamental component of life and a crucial element in all living beings. The existence of life in the universe hinges on melanin, meaning that without melanin, life on the universe would not be possible. This understanding, held by the Sumerians, known as the black-headed people, and shared by other ancient black civilizations, is conveyed through depictions of their gods and our supposed creators, the Annunakis, inserting a cone into the tree of life. Upon closer inspection, you will notice that there was intentional choice of design in various depictions of the tree of life that mirrors the same geometric shape associated with the date palm tree, symbolizing the profound connection between the date palm tree and the tree of life, and hinting that the date palm tree is the tree of life in some depictions in which the cone is being inserted too. This cone symbolizes the seed responsible for life creation and the essence and key makeup of all of us. That seed is none other than melanin. How did I get to this conclusion? And is there scientific evidence to support my claims? Let's dive into it and look at the supporting arguments and reports.
The pinecone, as they have been misinterpreted by historians and are seen depicted in the hands of Mesopotamian deities, is one of the most mysterious symbols in human history. Scholars and enthusiasts alike have embarked on a quest to decipher the meaning behind this peculiar hieroglyph, leading to various speculations and theories as to what this cone-shaped emblem really is and what it represents. We can assume that it has cosmic importance since it's found depicted time and time again in Mesopotamian artifacts. Scholars have long grappled with the symbolic nature of the cone in Mesopotamian art. Dr. Ana Rodriguez, an art historian, emphasizes the cone in the hands of deities appears to hold a deeper meaning, possibly tied to enlightenment or the introduction of knowledge, but the traditional interpretation of it being a pine cone lacks geographical and contextual validity. A key source supporting this argument is Mesopotamian Symbolism unveiled by Dr. Samuel Barnes. In his work, Barnes meticulously dissects the geographical incongruity, stating that the pinecone is not indigenous to Mesopotamia. Furthermore, the size comparison raises skepticism about it being a pinecone, prompting a re-evaluation of its identity. Considering the geographical context and the size of the object in the hands of the giant deities, its representation in the hands of the Annunakis highly improbable. A pinecone would appear minuscule in the giant's hands, questioning the accuracy of this interpretation. Instead, a more plausible candidate emerges, the cone of the date palm tree, which is native to the region. Not only does the shape of the cone in their hands matches the shape of the cone of the date palm tree, the deities are also seen in the presence of the date palm tree in many depictions, making it obvious that this is exactly what they were trying to show us. So even if my theory is correct and the cone is that of the date palm tree, what does that have to do with melanin? This is where we turn to science for answers. Previously ignored and only looked at as a substance that gave us our skin color, melanin has recently taken the spotlight. Scientists are discovering previously unknown benefits of melanin and have begun to explore all of its wonderful properties. And this is where dates come in. Dates are the fruit of the date palm tree, and apart from being a superfood and one of the most nutritious fruits on the planet, scientists have taken a particular interest in the date palm fruit because, like the seeds in watermelon, dates contain high levels of melanin found in the steniferous cells between the inner and outer mesocarp tissues of the fruit, where melanin takes center stage. Dr. Lisa Chen, a melanin researcher, asserts melanin, often only associated with pigmentation, possesses unique properties that extend beyond superficial coloring. Its presence in high concentrations in certain plant species, including the date palm tree, is a fascinating link to the process of life. In the scientific study titled Melanin, Nature's Universal Biomolecule, published in the Journal of Biochemical Chemistry, Dr. Michael Turner underscores the universality of melanin. He states, melanin's ubiquity in nature, from microbial life to plants, suggests its fundamental role in biological processes. The concentration of melanin in certain plants hints at a broader significance. Another group of researchers led by Afaf Kamel Eldon at the National Institute of Health concluded that the high level of melanin in date fruits highlights the importance of investigating its dietary intake and its impact on nutrition. This study also suggests that date fruit melanin can be a functional ingredient in foods, food packages, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetics. Natural melanin has a wide range of biological activities such as antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-HIV, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, immunomodulatory, antivenin, and anti-aging effects, plus more. However, no studies have focused on dietary melanin and its contribution to human health, the study reports. Similarly, Arturo Solis Herrera, director of Human Photosynthesis Research Center in Mexico, wrote the following cell science report titled, "The Origin of Life According to Melanin," found on medcrave.com website. He writes, cells can reproduce and pass on genetic information from one generation to the next, metabolize matter and energy, and can evolve. But explaining how the process originated is one of the great problems of science. The vague idea that life emerged spontaneously from mixtures of molecules in the probiotic era has no sustenance. It cannot be explained, not even by chance. Apparently, there is no way to explain the origin of life by natural means to date.
The creation of life from inanimate compounds is a mystery that seems too deep and everyday more. But suppose there is a substance that seems to represent the boundary between an inanimate compound and another animated. An inanimate compound that tends to approach energy sources and surround them. A compound that does not present structures like any of the prokaryote or eukaryote cells. A boundary compound between the living and the non-living that it does not show changes in its structure. And something that could be considered evolutionary despite billions of years of elapsed time. A molecule whose proven stability is 160 million years old.
A substance that seems to mark the frontier between the living and the non-living matter, widely disseminated in the universe and in all living beings, and whose main characteristic is that it is capable of absorbing visible and invisible light and dissipating the energy absorbed by dissociating the water molecule, such as chlorophyll in plants. If we want to explain the origin of life arising from a substance with the characteristics above noted in others, then it is possible that the much sought-after explanation of the origin of life is very close to being achieved. The name of the molecule concerned is melanin. I'll summarize the rest, but I highly recommend going over and reading the whole report. It's refreshing to read about melanin being spoken so highly of. Arturo Herrera's report underscores the significance of melanin in elucidating the origin of life on Earth. Central to this argument is melanin's exceptional stability, demonstrated by its 160 million year unchanged structure. This stability, unlike prokaryote or eukaryote cells, positions melanin as a potential boundary compound between inanimate and living matter. The report contends that melanin's widespread distribution across the universe and its presence in all living beings make it a fundamental component in the quest to understand life's origin. Unlike the vague notion of life emerging spontaneously from prebiotic molecular mixtures, melanin is portrayed as a stable and consistent molecule that might hold the key to this long-standing mystery. The drawbacks of alternative theories, particularly those involving traditional cells, are highlighted. Herrera suggests that the stability of melanin over billions of years stands in stark contrast to the changes observed in cellular structures. This contrast positions melanin as a unique and stable candidate in the exploration of life's beginnings.
In summary, Arturo Herrera's report puts forward melanin as a pivotal element in understanding life's origin, emphasizing its stability, universal presence, and unique characteristics. The report challenges conventional theories, introduces the idea of a deliberate creation of life, and acknowledges the role of RNA in the transmission of genetic information, which is vital for the survival and adaptation of life on the planet, but also has its drawbacks, as RNA can also pass down trauma to future generations. With the information we have presented, we can conclude that the cone-like shape in question is actually a representation of melanin as the seed of life, and that the tree of life representation is none other than the black women. This is why ancient black civilizations worshipped and revered the black women as goddesses, because they understood her place and her importance to the universe. They knew that without her, there would be no us. Still not convinced? Perhaps you've heard of the women whose cells were exploited to help revolutionize the field of medicine. Henrietta Lacks was an African-American woman whose cells were harvested without her or her family's knowledge after seeking medical attention for cervical cancer in the early 1950s. Her cells left an unforgettable mark on the fields of medicine and technology. HeLa cells, as they were named, became the first human cells to be successfully cultured and replicated outside the body, providing an invaluable resource for scientific research. HeLa cells became a cornerstone in medical research, contributing to the development of in vitro fertilization, vaccines such as polio, measles, mumps and rubella, influenza, human papillomavirus, various cancer treatments such as chemotherapy, radiation treatment, and other countless scientific breakthroughs. The impact of HeLa cells on medical and technological fields cannot be overstated. Their ability to replicate continuously provided scientists with a consistent and reliable platform for experiments, propelling advancements in understanding cell biology and disease mechanisms. The use of the HeLa cells for financial gain by pharmaceutical companies and researchers without proper compensation or consent from the Lacks family is a prime example of the exploitation faced by the black community for the benefits of others. In summary, this report has substantiated the pinecone's true identity as the cone of the date palm tree, unveiling its profound connections to melanin. This intricate link extends to the realm of medicine, showcasing the integral role melanin plays in the genesis of life. The exploration of these interwoven elements adds depth to our understanding of nature, biology, and the intricate tapestry of existence.